The Mesa City is an electric city bike made by Mokwheel. Even though it's classified as a city bike, it doesn't really look like one. In fact, it looks a little bit like a mountain bike, but it's definitely a city bike and a pretty good value at under $1,500. Let's take a closer look and find out the pros and cons of the Mokwheel Mesa City. Let's start with the battery. The Mesa City has a very decent capacity compared to other commuter bikes at this price point. The 614 watt-hour battery is rated for 30 to 45 miles. The battery charges to full in 4 hours with a 48 volt 3 amp charger. The battery is swappable and comes with an integrated lock. On his range test, Max got 34 miles or 55 kilometers riding in the 4th and 5th gear with a mix of throttle and pedaling, so well within the estimated range. He topped out at 26 miles per hour or 42 kilometers per hour. Max weighed 168 pounds and rode in 26 degrees Celsius weather. So the range is well within the estimated range provided by Mokwheel. Of course, remember that range can vary a lot depending on a whole bunch of variables: your weight, how you're riding, how much throttle you're using, how much pedaling you're doing. So just use our range estimate and use Mokwheel's range estimate as a very rough estimate. If you need more range, of course, you can always just do more pedaling. But again, for this category and price, the battery capacity is pretty decent. The Mesa City has a 850 watt rated ESC with water resistant wiring. So 850 watts, that means the ESC has some room to breathe with the 500 watt motor. There's a half grip twist style throttle on the right grip. The display has a standard layout with speed, battery status, odometer, etc. Backlit for visibility at night. The thumb buttons on the left grip are used for navigating the bike settings, controlling the head and tail lights, and switching ride modes. The Mesa City has a beefier motor than most in this category and price range, rated for 500 watts. The Shimano Tourney 7-speed shifters and derailleurs on the bike are very basic, but they do the job. If you'll be doing a lot of pedaling, you can of course upgrade these parts on your own later. The stock 160mm mechanical disc brakes will have much less stopping power and fine control versus like 180mm discs or hydraulic brakes. But again, they do the job. This is not like a super powerful e-bike, so yeah, they're fine. The tires are 27.5 by 2.4 inches with all-purpose treading. The size and width are pretty decent for most urban terrain. Generic pedals and cranks come stock. The pedals are easy to replace with aftermarket ones if you want, but the crank will require some tools and elbow grease. So this city bike has a frame that has a mountain bike geometry, which could be a pro or a con, depends on you. Some people might find it uncomfortable to mount and dismount because of that top bar. A lot of city bikes, they either have a sloped top tube or they don't have one at all, but yeah, this one has it. The handlebar height can be adjusted with the swiveling stem. The wing style faux leather grips are more comfortable than regular round rubber grips. The front suspension fork comes with adjustable damping, which may provide a small improvement in comfort and stability. The bike frame is made of 6061 aluminum alloy and comes in orange or gray. The overall weight is 60 pounds or 27 kilograms with a 71-inch or 180 centimeter total length. So something I gotta say about the size of the bike. In pictures, it looks smaller. In person, it's like way bigger than I expected. I feel like this bike is not very suitable for a short person. You should be kind of tall-ish at least. I mean, you can lower the height of the seat, but even if you lower the seat all the way down, if you're not at least medium height, yeah, this bike's probably not for you. I would say this bike is more appropriate for people who are more on the tall side. So I'm about 6 foot tall. Anyway, let's talk about the other features. The onboard head and tail lights are powered by the main battery, so that's nice. Front and rear fenders are included. Those are nice to have for a city bike. You don't want water and stuff splashing onto your clothes. A rear rack is included, which has a basic but sturdy design. This e-bike has a 2-year limited warranty covering the electronics and motors. And there are replacement guides for each component on the Mokwheel website. So the Mokwheel website is actually really nice in my opinion. I really like their troubleshooting and FAQ section. Like, they cover just about every topic that you might come across. It makes Mokwheel seem to me like a legitimate company. I mean, I'm not saying they're not or anything. It's just, okay, honestly, I had never heard of this company before covering this bike, but from their website, I feel like they're legit, you know? Like, they put in actual effort to build this website and provide information for their customers. I know I'm kind of rambling, but just this is the kind of stuff that I really appreciate, and I just thought it's worth mentioning. Okay, so who's this bike for? If you just want a long-range e-bike to commute or to ride casually with without spending too much money, this is pretty good. The components are pretty basic, but you know, you can upgrade them down the road on your own if you want. But like I said, the frame is more in a mountain bike style rather than a city bike style. So I think some people might prefer. In fact, that's probably what will attract people to this bike. I think some people probably just, you know, they don't really want that city bike look, because city bikes, like some of them look really goofy, I suppose. Like even though this, like I wouldn't really call this a mountain bike, but it has that mountain bike look, so it's kind of, I guess you could say it's more sporty. I think some people will like that. If you want an e-bike that can have spare batteries, this is, well, I mean, I guess a lot of them have that feature, but this is one of them. The price is pretty decent for the specs also. I think it's under $1,500. It's basically a value city bike that kind of looks like a budget mountain bike with pretty good specs for the price. Okay, that's about all I have to say for this e-bike. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Going forward for e-bikes, I'm gonna start being a lot more picky about which e-bikes I cover, because I gotta find one where I have stuff to say, otherwise it's just gonna be a very short and rambly video. As you subscribers know, for electric skateboards, my personal preference is something that's really portable. So for e-bikes, I think I might go in that direction also. I mean, there are just so many e-bike channels out there and I don't want to have to compete with them. I might specialize in the more portable e-bikes, maybe. That's my thought right now. I mean, if you have any thoughts about this, you can let me know also. Thanks for watching.